My name is Rocco DeLeo. My rank was electrician's mate, second class, SS, which means you qualified in submarines. I was a freshman in college. It was winter in Buffalo, and I was freezing. So being brilliant, I quit college, joined the Navy, and they sent me to the Great Lakes where it was even colder. I went through boot camp in the Great Lakes in the winter, where the snow was over our heads. We marched in ice and mud and snow. From the boot camp, I went to electrician's mate school at the Great Lakes. My orders from there were to the submarine school in Groton, Connecticut. About a week before we graduated from submarine school, I was called in, given orders to Groton, Connecticut, and I was thanked for volunteering for submarines. I don't remember signing any papers or volunteering, but it was probably one of the best things that ever happened. The boat was the Bang, USS Bang, SS 385. The day I got on board, I finished submarine school. I went directly from submarine school to the Bang. The day I got on board, they were having problems with the battery. I went in the battery well, and that was my first year. After that, it was overwhelming. They were charging the batteries. They had just gotten in, I think, from sub-school ops. And the big black smokes, billowing smokes coming out of it, and just rumbling and noisy, and just this big black thing with this black sail. Now, we had been on submarines a couple of times during sub-school ops. So you'd get through it, used to it, know, just, I guess, to see if we could fit in and see how we would do in close quarters. Well, I guess when I made third class, I started working for the main propulsion gang, repairing the equipment. I then became a junior controllerman, then a senior controllerman. We called throw the sticks for the different speeds, because the propulsion on a submarine, on the old submarines, was electric. The diesel engines, and we had Fairbanks Morris diesel engines, were controlled and repaired by the engine men. Well, actually, we controlled them because we used the generators that were attached to the diesel engines to charge the batteries. Our main propulsion motors got their power from the batteries. We had a lot of good times. Our first Liberty, I think our first Liberty was in San Juan. We were all young and crazy. Drank too much, raised all kind of cane. I know I had to give my watch to the cab driver to get back because we were all broken, didn't have anything at the time. The crew stuck together. If you had money, you could leave it out on your bunk and nobody would touch it. If you laid down your white hat when we were in port, somebody would grab that. Nobody had I still have hats with some of other people's names in them. That was free game. But they wouldn't touch a dime. They were as honest as could be. But if they needed to go topside and there was a hat nearby, anybody would just grab it. We had to be covered topside. So they would, if there was a hat out on a bunk, somebody would just grab it and go. That was free for all. But if you left money out on your rack or something, when you got a rack, we hot bunked. There were times we had 150 guys on board that thing. You're sliding out, you had what you considered your pillow, but everything else was like shared. There were probably 3, sometimes 4 to a bunk. It was full.
So 3 were up and 1 was sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's when they were either doing sub-school ops or people would be in a hell level waiting for transfer somewhere, and you were going in and out every day. The cooks were cooking continuously to keep everybody fed and taken care of, and but there was plenty of work to do for maintenance.